like I'm on the brink of something beautiful, or maybe terrible. I know I shouldn't ask you to be open with me when I have my secrets that I tend to keep safely under lock and key. I'm hypocritical, but at least I know we could be beautiful, or maybe terrible. Only one way to know. Only one way to know. Is this a yes or a no? Which way will it go? Only one way to know. Only one way to know.
Tonight is episode 60 of Campaign 2.
Yo!
And
Yo!
Tome and I figured this out before sesh. If you add in the 39 episodes of Campaign 1 that we had, and next week's level 20 reunion, that'll be the 100th episode of Legends of Abhaile. So I think that is beyond the perfect time to do our little level 20 thing. So in the next week, if you guys want to get your characters leveled up from Heck Razors, if they are not, let us jump into this thing tonight.
Fritz?
So hey there, gang. Welcome back to the Tavern, and welcome to Abhaile, where we love stories. Tonight, we're telling a story of the unsung heroes of Whitethorn. Disinherited by choice, they're now flying high on their way to becoming the Legends of Abhaile. And hey, to all of those watching at home, we're glad to have you here on 60 episodes of Campaign Dose. And if you want to feel like a Legend of Abhaile as well, why not get your legendary ass on over to our moderated Discord server? We've got a safe and inclusive space with fun activities happening periodically, like the Foolproof Writing
Minus
Challenge.
the bot raid.
Yeah, mostly minus the... mostly. We're working on it. They're inclusive.
Not very many of them.
We're inclusive of the bots until they prove their nature, and then we exclude them. Hey, the cast is active on there as well, so why don't you get your butt on over, be part of the community. You can find the link downstairs in the spell description below. And speaking of spell descriptions, just a helpful little reminder that spiritual weapon is not bound to the ground. So that 20 feet of movement, you can make that go straight up in the air or straight down if you've got a route to it, whatever you need to do. Just feel free to be loosey-goosey with it, because they were not very tight-lipped with the spell descriptions. And as you're way up in the air with your spiritual weapon, maybe you can perhaps, if you're lucky, catch sight of an approaching recap as it tromps across the land, stirred from its slumber deep beneath the world.
Well, I was excited to see how you're going to tie in the recap to the previous thing.
I made the recap of Tarask, and he's just...
Oh, no.
So, when last we left off, our disinherited heroes had found their way into the royal quarters of Castle Whitethorn, high overhead of the castle proper, amidst hallways both grand and secreted, carved into the mountain herself, making the grand marbled keep a labyrinth that spreads much further and wider than her footprint would ever suggest. After fighting their way through some of the late Magus Cerilyn Varel's rampant creations and finding the body of Ethan Thorn, discovering the walking, talking version of him that you all know, and the greater population of the Riven Coast know, to be instead a simulacra crafted to allow Varel the freedom to operate from the shadows, breathing air onto coals that were once Ethan's lanterns, and ostensibly turning a collection of humble pirating towns into a nascent nation known as the Concord. But as the Disinherited gathered evidence and curiosities from her quarters in the castle, Calandra's sister Florence and her skyship were racing towards the Hollow Throne. A few clever words exchanged between Melee and her via a sending stone set events into motion on Tanis that will surely reveal the nature of Aethan's Concords, and hopefully spare the city from a protracted siege that they're frankly not prepared for. So with the Florence inbound, the Disinherited held their breaths and took a leap of faith, jumping down and engaging a massive construct down in the courtyard below, an iron golem that was repaired and hastily reassembled as a sentry or guardian from the scraps of Tome's fallen brother Tank. After a harrowing fight and learning that Tome's newly filched crown might have been heavily cursed, the iron golem was brought low enough for Tome's words to reach what was left of his brother, passing on that same spark of inspiration that was passed from Victoria to him so long ago. So the Disinherited made a escape aboard the Florence, the crew less and less excited as Tome brought more and more animated skeletons aboard, though using the anchor's capstans, you are all able to lift Tank aboard and stash the skellies down below in the hold for the time being, as the Florence put out to sea for the evening, intent on putting just a little bit of a safe buffer between the small ship and Aethan's great big fiery bird. So, after catching up with Florence and her Fey Elven navigator, Talise, you all met the Hammer of Hayan, Falcon Aldergot. As it turns out, the Florence is heading for the town of Stellenforge, which plays annual host to a martial little combine where caravan guards and protectors of the various shipping outfits scout new talent and fight for bragging rights in a tournament called Weapon Take. And there is a whole lot on the agenda for the morning, as it is dark by the time the Florence draws her sails in for the evening. There's the curious provenance of Cole Fetch, leader of the Dewdrop Gang, to be figured out, as well as what to do with Barnabas and Bryony back outside of the city, and likely without shelter as Tome's tower has gone away. Interesting.
Damn.
For now, though, you all are floating in the relative safety of the darkness over the Insolvent Sea. Give me just a moment to take you over to a lovely little map.
Yeah.
I was doing some drawing earlier.
True.
Okay, can everybody see the map? Or did it be goofy?
Yeah.
Because I do have a couple
Very
things I
nice.
want to explain a little bit on it.
I'm just waiting for my computer to finish charging up, and then
Okay,
I will
so-
hop on.
You're good, sir.
Okay, that was me last week.
Let me make a
Hey.
screenshot in Discord for you or something, Will.
Oh, Dankeschön.
Dude, that's badass.
I
Yeah.
did some work.
Good
Honestly, I
stuff.
traced a lot of it, but from like 3 different things.
That is impressive.
Where is Discord at? There's Discord. There is this. Oop. And this will be in the main chat. Well,
Cool as fuck, dude. What the hell?
so let me explain what you guys are looking at here in a couple of places, because I am not a good drawer, even though it's kind of cool looking. So where this Tome token is here in the middle is what they call their sea mast, and that's a very traditional ship's mast. I just do not have the rigging drawn on it because it would interfere with the layout of the deck. So there's a massive mast that's usually got a sail positioned in kind of this angle overhead, and these pink lines over here, and over here are just kind of to give you an idea of where those rigging nets go up. If anyone needed to, there is ways to climb up, is kind of what I'm getting at there. Then there's kind of a bunch of outrigger supports, as well as additional sails that seem like they're more useful than the sea mast for traversing in the air, as well as the large delios on the four corners, ballistas up front. Everything I've kind of labeled with elevation changes, if anybody's curious on like I just tried to like slam you all with information. And then up we have the mid deck and bottom deck that are just kind of explaining, and I'll kind of walk you through this as we go on a tour of the Florence. Mid deck aft is kind of your all's guest quarters that have been made available to you guys. Mid deck forward in front of the cargo hold is where Falcon Aldergot and his squire are staying at. Florence and Toulouse are staying under the aft castle, which is not shown on the map anywhere, but there's a room under there. And then the rest of the crew hangs out in the bottom deck aft, where they have hammocks set up, kind of in a traditional ship's wreck type of situation. But yeah, we are basically chilling out over the ocean right now. It's after dark, maybe 8 or 9 o'clock. There's sailors running around all over the ship doing various chores, mostly cleaning and painting at this point in time. But if anybody wants to do anything this evening or have any conversations or go through anything, we have plenty of time for that. Otherwise, afterwards we will tuck into a long rest. But feel free to take some time.
Can I have would it be at all possible for Hunter to kind of pull Tome aside for a moment?
Yeah, sure. He would have been he would just turn to his brother Tank and I'll say, I'll be right back, bud. You remember Arthur, right? He kind of points towards Arthur. He's one of my friends. He helped me find you, buddy. Just
he can stay right there. I can.
Oh, okay.
Here, am I
just like sitting on top of his shoulder?
Am I safe to approach?
Yes. How can I help you, Arthur?
I found a lot's happened in the past couple days, and I just wanted to sit and talk with you for a moment, kind of wrap my head around some of this here stuff, you know?
Sure.
While Hunter is doing this, he's going to be casting Mending on
Oh, cool.
casting Mending on Rust, just as not Rust.
Like, he's here, we have a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
My brain immediately forgot the name and filled it in with another one. Is it Bones?
His name is Tank.
Tank, thank you. So how are you?
I'm just kidding. Go on.
I know that both of us have been in the revenge business for a while. How does it feel to have your quarry ended?
I didn't even really know she was my quarry. I thought Avon was the aggressor in all this, but it turns out he never even... Not only did he not know who I was, he never knew who my mother was. He had no involvement in what happened. So ultimately, what I've discovered about revenge is ultimately unsatisfying, I suppose. I mean, now that I really think about it, the only good thing to come out of this quest for revenge was, well, he kind of pats his brother on the shoulder. I found out that I'm not alone. Part of my family actually did survive. Yeah, Arthur, I spent years alone in those woods cursing every single one of the gods and every force imaginable for my existence. I guess it's just strange. I don't feel so angry anymore, I guess.
Indeed. Hunter kind of finishes one casting of the mending spell and then begins another, and is kind of talking a little bit to himself and a little bit at Tome and just at Virgil, and just saying, I think some part of me is terrified about that fact, possibly. We've both been in this business for a long time and have dedicated every moment of our life to it for a long, long time. And if it's not what I was expecting it to be, then what on earth have I been doing these past couple of years then? What has any of this really been for in any kind of way? I've dedicated, honed myself into a muscle of pure violence and anger, and so after I'm done with that, what else can I do?
The same thing my mother wanted for me and for my brother, to live. For the first time in my entire 20 years of consciousness, Hunter, I don't know what the future holds. I was so certain, so fixated on one person, one particular point for so long, and now all I want to do is just live. I want to see all the things my mother talked about, all the things she raved about. And I think that's in store for you too.
I think part of me is terrified for that idea.
A life of peace?
I mean, yeah. I've been a blunt instrument for so long in my life that I've kind of just... And while you guys have certainly broken me out of that shell, I mean, goddamn, can you see me opening up a pub or just settling down?
No one can see you opening up anything.
I just don't know if I'm meant for anything else other than violence.
I don't think you give yourself enough credit, my friend.
How so?
In the short time I've known you, you've been kind, you've been understanding, you've been caring, driven. So much of my own combat prowess, he kind of motions to the sword at his hip. That most of that inspiration came from Adran, and it also came from you. I think you have a lot to offer this world beyond your weapons. Perhaps you must. I would meditate and look inwards, and see what you can find. You might surprise yourself.
Thank you, Virgil.
Of course, Arthur. Anything for a friend. Although I suppose I've come to see you and Adran as more than friends, as brothers.
Hunter just for a moment was like, just kind of then nods and was like, you are? I have a very complicated relationship with my family. And I've heard many people say family isn't the people you're born into, instead it's the family you choose. And goddamn, if I had to choose anyone, I'd choose people on this boat right now. Can I make a spellcasting check to see how much I've been able to help out with healing him?
Yeah, go for it if you'd like to, yeah. Also, take
What do you want me to roll? Okay. Wonderful.
Just take your inspiration for being nice to the robot, and give me a D100 roll, I think, and we'll.
He rolls a 1. He just explodes.
An 80.
80. Hell yeah.
Yo.
With an 80, definitely between now and the time you spent with him down in the courtyard after the fight while you were getting the ship loaded up, you've gotten most of the damage mended away that was caused in this recent kerfuffle, which is totally fantastic. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go. I can't believe me myself a long time ago would have never believed this. I think I'm gonna go pray on this. Thank you for your help.
That would be wise, and you're more than welcome, brother.
You as well, brother.
Arthur.
Yeah.
Do you plan on having a lineage someday?
Oh God, no.
Good to know.
There's I've been around many bards in my life, and then there's a poem I heard them saying a long time ago. I can't remember the entirety of the words, but the ending always stuck out to me. Man hands on misery to man. It deepens like a coastal shelf. So get out as early as you can and don't have any kids yourself. Well, number one, I don't see anyone in that kind of way. I mean, I would happily settle down with a nice man or woman or anything. I don't necessarily care about personhood, but also I don't see myself having kids one day, if that's what you're asking.
Interesting. That is all.
Smash cut to Arthur in the middle of a domestic fight where he's like, I just feel like you don't look at me.
Yeah, I'll go back to sitting on my...
And I will, I'll stop. I will not continue hogging the spotlight, and I'll let someone else have his turn.
There is no hogging of spotlight. That was beautiful.
Well, not hogging the spotlight. That's a poor way to phrase it.
I like to say I do a similar trick where it's like, I'm gonna go be a nerd and use my spellbook to do spellbook shit for the next hour. It's like, I'm done talking.
Hunter is gonna go pray. We can roleplay him rolling that later, but I want to give someone else a turn.
Word. Yeah. What's going on up on the deck right now? Because it's kind of quiet up there, as Florence has retreated down, not really retreated, but went down to her chambers as it is getting late in the day, though Talise is still attending to a few things up at the helm station, and staring off into the distance with that pensive look and probably a Bob Seger song coming on in the background real quietly. Is the large, imposing Falcon Eldergot that is now unarmored after discovering that you all were not a threat and seeing no threats to the ship. He has doffed his heavy armor and is now just kind of comfortably walking around. He's got a sword at his waist, but otherwise is looking pretty casual. And then there's a few sailors here and there swabbing decks.
It's bombing the poop deck.
Yeah, well, they don't really have a poop deck here, but they do swab.
I know. I'm 5 years old. I love the term poop deck.
Oh, so it's probably got a poop deck if we're being honest, because they're not gonna carry around human waste on a sky ship, so they probably drop Boeing bombs out of that bad boy.
Or are they just like, is it like shitting off the edge?
You see that peanut? It's a giveaway.
I'm sure
right
they
there.
have like an old school outhouse. You're not like hanging over the edge. There's a seat you sit on.
Yeah, and that allows you to shit on the.
They're
public.
civilized.
Just
High
whatever
five,
you
Jake. We were both
do,
thinking Joe Dirt at the same time.
whatever you do not pee over or poop near one of the crystals because it will be stuck in that orbit for a while.
You're just like, oh look, the skyships are coming. Oh no!
Oh no, this guy's just coming.
A rain of poop and pee that follows it across the land.
Oh my god.
How'd Grandpa die?
Run for your life! Skyships!
He got struck by an impacted turd falling from the heavens.
Sky ship.
I think there's some villain origin story out there of someone who got shat on and is now trying to take down Calandra's family.
That's the origin of the fern.
Have you ever had a bird poop on your head? It's way worse when a person does it.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
Yeah, my mom just had that happen.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
gross.
Skyship related
anybody
pink
else
eye
seen it?
cases.
Has anyone else seen Ugly Americans?
What's that, Pix?
Hmm?
Has anyone else seen the show Ugly Americans?
I
Yeah.
the fucking Eagle Men. So the premise of the show is monsters from hell are trying to integrate into society, and the main
That's
character plays like the social worker trying to help ease the transition. And one of the races of monsters are these like eagle men who are like they're just naked dudes with wings instead of arms and bird heads, and their entire language is just them saying "suck my balls" with their inflection.
That's awesome.
Imagine one just shitting from the skies. I think they do that in an episode.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
I do want to make sure that your microphone isn't disconnected, Adrian. It kind of got a little quiet.
Sorry, I also have my hand over my. Yeah.
Oh, that might have been what it
I'll find
was.
a better
All
quote.
good. All good. All good. I just wanted to check because I know that you had mentioned
Gotcha.
that you don't like how it sounds, so I wanted to try to keep you on the good one.
Yeah, okay.
Weed.
My brain might be too frozen pilled right now, but you said that exactly like Oaken.
Interesting. So as everybody's kind of drifting for the night, Cal, what are you up to for the night?
Cal will just be probably. What time did you say it was? You didn't really say time. You just said it was getting late.
Probably like 8 or
evening-ish.
9-ish. So not terribly late.
Cal will probably be somewhere on the deck, kind of doing some practice moves and then some stretching before she goes down to bed.
As they're kind of doing that, Mr. Aldergott is going to come down the steps and just kind of observes for a few moments. Last I saw you, you didn't even come up to my knees. You were so little. Now look at you.
Wasn't aware I've ever met you.
Oh. I did a couple tours as personal guards for your father when he sailed the Venture. So I'm not surprised that you don't recognize me, and I've grown a little gray myself over the years. It is impressive form that you fight with, although do you often fight unarmored?
I fight exclusively unarmored.
Risky though.
Yes, but easier to move.
Anyone ever grab a handful of that hair and rip it down out of the sky with it? Because
No, not yet. thanks for giving me that thought.
I'm
Maybe
just saying.
I'll keep it in a fun.
I've got a dipshit squire down below decks that he thought it was stylish and fashionable to have a long haircut. We got him. He's since trimmed it. But are you lot going to be taking part in the tournament, or are you just along for the ride? I'm not privy to all the details of Miss Florence.
We're just along for the ride for now.
Kind of looks around to make sure nobody's in like earshot, and he's like, between you and me, that's probably for the best. Well, I don't doubt your all's capabilities. You all don't look like necessarily the most it doesn't look like it might be your type of event.
What kind of event is it?
It's just a lot of hitting each other and, you know, not for nothing.
Sounds like my kind of event.
Well, I mean, I'd be interested to see you go up against somebody in full armor, that's for sure.
Oh, I can't fight in armor.
Oh no, I meant with them wearing armor. but
I've taken plenty out.
Yes.
I'm sure you have, and I'm not necessarily speaking about you, but yeah, you know, you just don't have the most martial look to your troop, so I just
We're not really martial, but we'd surprise you.
I watched her punch a man's head clean off. I'm pretty positive she has a handle on the. Oh, sorry. My name is Virgil, but my friends call me Tome. And Calandra is the most efficient fighter I've ever seen. Granted, I've not seen that many.
Thank you.
She is talented.
Well, I don't doubt it. I haven't met a Whitlock that didn't have some talent, but well, it'll be good to have you along for the ride. It's been a interesting couple of days since leaving Port Umbra.
It's been interesting for us too. It'll be nice to have a little break to hopefully rest.
Yes.
And not have to walk.
Between the two of us, you all don't know any dwarves, do you?
Any what?
Any dwarves?
Oh, never met any.
Well, my dipshit squire, again, he's of that descent. We've been having a couple so if y'all carry weapons, I wouldn't let them sit too far away. We've been having some problems.
Things disappearing?
No, things trying to knock us out of the sky, kind of.
Okay.
So apparently, Miss Whitlock and the ship had put in or made some type. I'm not 100% sure, but our neighbors up in Thragador, the dwarven settlement in Sundercloud, they're not too pleased about this skyship existing for reasons that are beyond me.
Okay.
So we
get things thrown.
We've had a group of Griffin riders on us for about 3 days. They've been harrying us, but we think that we're far enough away from the Sunderclouds that they're not interested in pursuing us any further. We haven't seen them too much ever since cutting out.
What rider?
Griffins.
Griffin
They're like
riders, you say.
great, part bird, part cat things. They're quite terrifying, to be completely honest, when you see one up close.
They're like lions with wings, kind of, aren't they?
I'm not sure what a lion is, Miss Whitlock, but
Oh, sorry.
I'm not saying I don't. I mean, I've heard of them. I've just never seen one. I'll take your word for it. They are quite something.
You say they're riding griffins.
I do.
How interesting.
Are those common around? Oh wait, no, I'm not here. Never mind.
And you say they've been tailing you for how many days, was it?
Above the table, people from Boreala would know that they're common in the mountains.
Interesting.
Not common.
What?
They're commoner in the mountains. People from Boreala would know that.
Got it.
I haven't seen a griffin in person before. That would be most fascinating and fortuitous.
Trust me, my friend, it's a lot less fascinating and a little bit more terrifying. They are all beak and claws.
And interesting.
They're not near as bad as the damn dwarves riding on their backs, yelling about us being heretics and this and that. And,
does this ship violate some sort of clause or what's the word? A commandment of their religion?
Yeah, why would they call us heretics? That's interesting.
Because that implies that this ship goes against the gods.
It does imply that, I believe. I'm not much of a religious man myself. I follow Tormund's law, but that's about it. However, oh god, what did I name this stupid fucker? Derman. He's from Bragador. He's a fairly reputable, noble son from Thragador. Supposed to be a great privilege being my squire, but now we're at odds with his people. He doesn't seem to understand why they're upset. It doesn't seem to be all of them. We've met multiple dwarves. We've had them on the crew, or not necessarily this ship, but we've had them on other ships as crew.
And they fly things that fly. Maybe they think a machine that flies is the problem.
Oh, they would not like to meet me then.
Oh, yeah.
I
am unfortunately a machine that can fly.
I had meant to ask, and I was not prepared to, so I didn't. He just looks at you and just gestures up and down, and he's like, I don't know.
By all means, if you have a question, then speak it.
I, again, wouldn't know what that question would be. I feel like I need to ask it, but I don't know what it is. So I'm just going to let it be. I've seen weirder stuff than you, unfortunately or fortunately.
That's at least a little bit comforting to know.
Well, Tome, I think you're still the strangest thing I've seen, but probably not.
Calandra, you are me. I think I'm strange to anyone. Well,
Strange is sometimes good. Different is good. We need differences.
And now my brother is, well, he's somewhat like me. I don't think he has the same degree of intelligence as I do, but I think he had... Tank, how are you feeling at this moment?
Well, he's downstairs in the cargo hold.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Remember, big thing, really hard to move around a boat.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can't wait to get to talk to him.
No, but not right now. He's very tired from the. I believe he mentioned multiple times that he has never met someone who could punch as good as him.
Totally understand.
It was
He
quite an
can have
experience.
as much time to rest as he needs.
I should have a punch off. Are you talking about that large thing down in the hold?
That thing happens to be my older brother.
Okay. Cool. Little Whitlock, if you're going to get into a fight at Weapon Tank, put that hair in a bun or something. Good night. And he'll turn and awkwardly walk away, not prepared for a Tome conversation.
Yeah, I just kind of my eyes kind of follow him as he goes.
Not many people are.
I turn towards Calandra. He called my brother a thing. I do not like that.
I don't think he's used to you yet. Just give him some time. Some people are a little thrown off.
You're right. They're not used to things that they don't understand. A talking machine is certainly unexpected, I suppose.
But not unwelcome.
While they're having this conversation, Melee, what are you up to? I'm just curious.
In her room, trying to use a couple of normal rocks and a small chunk of Gravaris to make like a really weird juggling routine.
What? That's awesome.
You could probably actually really like. Oh, what am I thinking of right now? I'm thinking of when you like do a double yo-yo trick and you like throw the one yo-yo up and you wrap the other one around it. Like, I feel like that would work.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Like throw the Gravaris up and let it toss one and another and they'll loop to you. Heck yeah. And I've also got an interesting question. Where do you keep the portable hole folded up at?
Let's see. I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't have a bag of holding, so we don't have to worry about that. I think I just have a. Well, how does it say how small you can fold it up?
I keep it as a pocket square, so. I mean, you can probably like.
Oh yeah, dimensions of a handkerchief. Yeah, in a belt pouch.
Okay. That's all right. That's just a future reference thing. I was just curious of. I don't have anything for it tonight.
No, you just look like you rolled dice.
I thought about
She's
it.
kind of got a utility belt thing going on. There's 2 wands holstered at it now as well as like a. I imagine for the deck of illusion, she's got like one of those. I want to say Yu-Gi-Oh, but I can't think of where it was. But like, yeah, a deck holder that attaches to the belt.
Hell yeah!
Yo, that's awesome. That's it.
The duel.
She's got like the little fan thing that like those you put on the wrist.
Melee has
Not that
become
much,
such a
but-
pilot.
That's
Oh man.
hell yeah. Cool beans. Sweet. Does anybody have anything else pressing that they're wanting to do tonight?
I'm thinking have Hunter roll a religion check and try and send up a prayer to his goddess.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and make that. And Adran, I'm so sorry. I didn't see your fucking token was right there. What is Adran up to?
I'm probably below decks with some of the off-duty crew, kind of gambling and playing cards and trying to fairly swindle people out of their money.
Well, that's the thing, mister. We're never off duty, but we'll be glad to take your money.
Oh, you don't need the entire crew all 24 hours.
No, we got to sleep with a light touch because shit could happen. We could get called to watch. But if you got some money, we'd take it from you. Have you ever played a game called Drake Stones?
Can't say that. What are the rules?
It's blackjack with 2 d20s.
Okay.
So if you'd like to give it a shot, we normally we like to keep it interesting, and we like to bet a silver piece on the pot.
Could do that. Keep it nice and light. I'm not so much trying to like gain a bunch of money here. I'm just getting a feel for the crew, seeing get
yeah.
the vibe for who's who. If there's all good people, if there's any douchebags, any old grizzled ones that know their shit.
Hell yeah! And right now you've got an older fella that's kind of got long hair, kind of a Chris Christopherson vibe to him, and he's kind of the mess cook and takes care of the crew, quartermaster. He's got a lot of belts and a lot of hats on. You've also got this red-haired, pimple-faced young kid that had taken Tome skeletons down below, as well as a big burly lady that is one of the ballista gunners, and a just a regular old deckhand that looks like he's maybe part Triton. He's got some blue to his skin a little bit, or sea elf, not exactly sure. But they're all interested in. They all will. They'll kind of throw over a stool and throw down some coins and pull out some carved dice sets. Roll me an insight check before we get going on this.
Okay.
Kind of set up.
Oh, not great. That's a 6.
Oh, 6.
Adrian's like, hit me. It's like, we're not playing that check.
With the 6, you've got your eyes on old Cookie. He's looking a little untrustworthy. 1 second.
All right.
I'm just getting a gaming board set up here so I can keep track of this shit.
Roll the count card.
Alrighty. This is mostly to keep track of bets. But heck yeah. So they'll all they kind of all at once take their dice and cup them in their hands, and they kind of just look to you expectantly, and they're like, we go on 3.
All right.
It's a 1. I gotta get it. All right. So you're going for 21, and you can. This is the way it goes. So they all throw their dice down. They all count their dice. 2 of them are out already, and then
Oh yeah.
old Cookie's like, all right. So this is the way she goes. For a silver piece, you can buy in and roll another 20. Or you can stand where you're at and see how the dice lay.
All right. Tell you what, I'll do that. I'll toss a silver down for a third 20 roll.
I have.
Now, is it cumulative, or is that third one do I get to choose that third one replacing another number?
The third
Or
one
is it
can
just
fuck things
cumulative?
up. The third one can fuck
Gotcha.
everything up. So I've got Cookie and Red are gonna both buy in again as well. Cookie's out, Red's still in.
Oh yeah, I'm out.
All right, so that is. Sweet. And do you want to try for it again if you're feeling lucky, son?
Yeah, we'll do another hand, and then after this, narratively, we'll kind of wrap. We'll say I spent X amount of money gambling over the course of a couple hours, trying to willingly fucking up and spending money to kind of get their spirits up and get a read on who's who.
Hell yeah. Second hand. Everybody but Cookie's out. Roll me an insight check real quick. Another.
Okay. All right. I bought in for a third die, and I got 14 so far.
Ooh.
Okay, that insight is a lot better. That's a 22 on insight.
Oh yeah. with a 22 on insight now, you're starting to pick up that Cookie and the other two are playing an honest game. Red, he might be doing a little sleight of hand. The kid, he might be palming a dice or having a weighted dice. You're not entirely sure, but he's a little too confident as he's sitting there with a 5 on 2 dice, buying in a third.
Tell you what, can I do a perception check on his next roll to kind of watch his dice, see how they flop about?
Absolutely. Roll me a perception.
Ooh, that's good. That's a 24.
You watch as he drops the dice, doesn't even look at it. He's got a crooked grin on his face. And it lands on a 9. And he was sitting at a 9. Now he's at an 18. You're pretty damn sure that dice was weighted.
Gotcha.
As he starts, and what were you sitting at? You said you were at 14?
14.
Yeah, he goes to start taking all the coins.
No, hold on. You're not at 21 yet. I believe we're still in play.
Oh.
I put down another piece of silver.
I see. Hold on a second. Alrighty, you're feeling brave, old man. We'll throw down another one. And he plops down another silver piece. And he gets out.
Signal for some. Do we have anybody making like a beer run? Like I assume we've got drink at the table. This is a sailors playing a gambling game.
Oh, hell yeah. As a matter of fact, y'all are in kind of the back part of the hold here, where they've got all their tents and stuff, so not tents, but hammocks and stuff set up and strung between posts and whatnot. There are several cases of a dark brown bottled liquor down here that is... I think it's actually would be familiar to you. It's Mercator Brunfeld distillery, labeled on the box and on the bottles that they start to pull out, which you would know is a very, very prestigious, one of the first Scotch distilleries here in Boreala. And they're like... If you got the stomach for it, it's pretty strong stuff. The dwarves make it.
Definitely a fighting liquor. All right. Yeah, as we're drinking, I'm just kind of like nursing a shot. I'm not really drinking. I'm just kind of like touching my lips. I'm trying to see who's getting drunk. With this kid getting confident, I'm trying to see. I'm encouraging him to drink a little bit.
I got you.
But yeah, then I'll do this last little roll off with him.
Hell yeah. He picks up a different dice. He's very careful about which one he picks up, you notice, with your 24 perception.
Okay.
And he rolls a 3.
Gotcha. Well, I'm not sure you can see it, but I rolled a 1, so I'm sitting at 15, and he busts.
He did not bust. He met 21.
He was at 19. And he rolled a 3. That's 22.
Oh, you're shit.
He was at 8.
Right. He was at 18 and he rolled a 3. Yeah, you're right, Kat.
He rolled 2 9s.
Yeah,
I get you.
I was like, I think my
He's cheating.
I think my intentionally shifty math adds up.
Oh, good. I get you. Like, yeah, I'm picking up on his game, and I'm kind of okay. I'll let him win, and whatnot. But I'm definitely clocking him.
Hell yeah. Well, if you're
how long into the game does it take for him to get drunk and really stop paying attention too much?
Oh, not very.
Because again,
long.
I'm not drinking. I'm not doing that.
Not very long. He's a kid. He's scrawny. He's a lightweight. So maybe 10 minutes, and he is starting to get sloppy, and he's starting to misremember which weighted die is which. He's got one that's high and one that's low, it seems. But none of them are on the money. So it's...
Gotcha. So yeah, as we're going along, you're like, you know what? It's getting late. We've tossed enough money around. In fact, I'm gonna help this young one to his bunk. Then as we start picking up, I'm gonna palm his dice and swap out for a set of mine that are like identical numerage, but I'm gonna keep the weighted set.
Oh, hell yeah. Roy, let me slide a hand with advantage, sir.
Okay, sleight of hand with advantage. Ooh, that's an 18 on the die.
Yeah. He's drunk. He doesn't have a
30.
fucking clue. You know what?
It's 30.
Whole point of yours, you're actually a good dude. I kind of almost feel bad about taking your money, but you know what? You come find me tomorrow night and I'll do the same thing again.
There you go. Well, I'd hope you'd think highly of me, considering I've pretty much doubled your pension.
Oh. Yeah. You're pretty all right. And he has no knowledge whatsoever of your palming his dice.
There you go.
So
I go ahead and I help him. As soon as he's settled, I go back, I grab another bottle of that liquor, and then I head back to my room.
Hell yeah. You are easily able to grab a bottle and go off and find an unclaimed room. And you have on your person now, if it's handy, you have a 9, a 3, and a 20 weighted die.
Yo.
Okay. All right, those are all D20s.
Yeah, they're 20-sided, like hand carved, like prison dice kind of a thing.
Is it a 9, a 13, and a 20?
A 9, a
9, 9, and a 3. Or sorry, yeah, 9, 9, and 3 because it was 18.
No, so that was the one roll. So he had a 3, a 9, and a 20 was the other one on the weighted die.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
You kind of get the idea that he was throwing one weighted die. If he was throwing his weighted die as his buy-in die, was kind of how you figured he was doing it. He was playing it honest through the first toss, but yeah.
Gotcha.
Heck yeah.
Cool.
Sweet. So, and then Arthur, what was your religion roll?
I kind of forgot it.
Want to roll me another one?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, you're good, sir. I do these weird. I don't have ADHD, so I have the ability to come back from the craziest of tangents.
Hey, can I use my Can I use my heroic inspiration?
I mean, I would feel bad because I just gave it to you. You could use a free DM inspiration for this.
Oh, wonderful! Thank you. I rolled the free DM inspiration.
Another nat one.
I know, right?
That's a 9.
That would have been so funny.
This is better. Let me see what Weaver wants to do. Okay. What's your situation look like? Like how does Arthur go about making a prayer in this moment?
I think there is some incense that is set up, and then there's a small offering that he gives up. He burns just a little bit of like I don't know what physically he gives up. Maybe it's just like he bleeds a little. He like gives himself 1 point of damage, bleeds a little bit, and then there's some kind of burnt offering of some kind of living tissue or like kind of meat or something.
Okay, I love it. That's a vibe. I love it.
Well, because she's the goddess of like death and like all that nasty, gnarly stuff too.
And that is 100% one very valid interpretation. I love my gods because they are all interpretation based. However you're thinking of them, you're not wrong. But as you start your offering, and start your very small fire. As the smoke kind of drifts around the room, it starts to blend in the darkness of the space with your own, at times, barely corporeal self. And far below, there's a uproar of cheers and laughter from below you, down in the hold, from their game of chance that's taken place down there. But as that cheer goes up, it peaks almost and then dies down, suppressed, almost like a silent spell had been turned on halfway, as the room kind of muffles with that almost shell-shocked feeling, like you just took a big hit on the head, but there's no pain. But from the periphery, your vision begins to darken a bit with just this tiny crimson hue. And as the smoke drifts around the room, inside that smoke, you almost think you could see tiny candle flames flickering. Hundreds of them. Thousands. And that smoke starts to blow as if by some breeze that does not exist towards the north.
Boards.
And in this moment, you feel maybe just a subtle nudge in that direction.
Toward River Crossing.
Definitely, with a 9, I'll be a little bit of an asshole and say definitely in that direction.
Interesting.
It's not necessarily... It's hard to tell, because it's always hard to tell when God speak to us, but it doesn't feel frantic, and it doesn't feel demanding, but it definitely feels like that is a direction that fate wants to blow you.
Interesting. All right. And then I think Hunter will go to sleep.
Okay. Everybody else good with going to sleep, or anybody having any weird late night shit you want to do?
I would like to have a brief conversation with Adran before I retire to the cargo hold with my family.
All right, yeah, you can catch me on the way back to my bunk.
I was going to say, how drunk are you?
How drunk are you?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Mm.
I haven't had much during the game, but like I've got a bottle with me. I'm about to get hammered in my bunk.
I have plans.
What's on
yeah,
your mind?
I'll go. A lot, actually.
Should probably put my mic on. There we go.
I've, I suppose, come to thank you.
Yeah, for what?
All of this. Everything. Adran, for so many years in those woods, I wanted to die. I didn't think I had a place in this world until I met you. I, in many ways, owe you everything. The power that I've cultivated, the relationships I have with our friends, with you, finding my brother. None of it would have happened if you hadn't found me in those woods. I owe you an immeasurable debt.
Yeah, just pay it forward. I was looking for an object of power because I heard someone 'Cause I heard others were also hunting for it, and I didn't want the wrong hands, so to speak, to come across it. Which is why a lot of the time I like taking shit. I don't feel people deserve what they have. But hold on, I actually had a tangent for this. Narratively, I'm going to blame what drinking Adran has been doing.
That works.
Right. But basically, yeah, there's a lot of people out there who don't do great things with what they have. You have a scary amount of ability, but you've still done good with it, and you've chosen to be a good person. You don't owe me anything. Let's just keep having fun and doing what we do, yeah?
That we shall. Although, do you plan on having children, Adran?
We're just making rounds on that question.
I hadn't actually thought about it. Probably. I mean, let's face it, there's probably a couple little bastards running around somewhere.
I was going to say, Adrian's an elf. There's going to be an accident before his life's done.
Right. Or like Adrian's favorite way to relax is to drink and whore it up. There's definitely some little accidents running around.
Don't mind me, I'm just making a note.
Though you are an elf and you are long-lived, there will come a day when you and I will have to part ways forever. And despite the fact that I do indeed possess a human soul, my body is of a machine. I do not age. That does not mean that my time with your family has to end. What I am proposing to you, Adran, is that should your family, should you choose to have one, be in need of assistance, monetary or otherwise, I will make sure they are safe and watched over in your absence.
Appreciate that, friend.
Brother, you and Hunter are like brothers to me. I would do the same for them, as I am planning to do for you, or Calandra, or Millie, or even Nalani, should that come up. They will be safe, and they will be cared for, so you can rest easy in the next world.
And I just pull him in for a hug.
I hug him back.
Then I go get drunk and passed out.
I will retire with my family in the basement.
Such an odd term.
I know,
Melee, over the night, well before this point, Nalani's going to come find you, and she's kind of anxious about being so high up in the air and is just wanting something to distract herself. So she's just going to ask for one of those books to read out of the bag of holding or something to distract her.
I'll make her pick a book out without looking at it, and pretend like there's multiple options.
There's
Oh, what a surprise!
4 books in there, and I've got a D4 right here. You want to roll a D4, Jelly, and I'll roll a D4, and we'll see what we get.
Sure. Wait, which other books are in there? Oh,
so, if I'm not mistaken, because I kind of did some checking on this when you said she was going to be sicky tonight. So there are I believe there is there's 3 named books. Or there's 4 named books. There's the Walled Gardens Fall. There is the Architect's Domain and Folding Shadows and another one that's about medical stuff, but I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head.
I got a 4.
You got a 4, and I got a 4 as well. So whatever you think 4 is what she gets.
A copy of Corvin's book.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Worthless.
Oh, that's great.
Worthless reading material.
Hell yeah. Sweet. So, we will. I actually probably need to go through and like make sure I'm not missing any other books and shit in our. I'm trying to like assign provenance to all of the random shit we have, and it's a trick. But in the hey Cal, it's your sister's boat. Do you want to roll me a d20 for reasons?
Roll a what?
A d20.
Just one.
Man, it'd be a shame if those Griffin guys came back. I totally don't need a Griffin corpse for anything.
8. Hell yeah. As you all find your way to open cabins, you all can head to sleep and have a long rest with no interruptions.
Cool.
Yay.
Yep. I'm going to be missing a 4th spell slot because I'm going to be using both mine to keep my undead in check, but also recover one with Arcane Recovery.
Yeah, barbarians.
Oh my god, did you guys see that insane Zealot Barbarian strategy on TikTok for your party?
No, but what is
What was
it?
that?
So it involves you having a Zealot Barbarian, a Cleric with a Zealot Barbarian, and a Cleric with the spell Ceremony and Revivify. So what you do is you cast Matrimony on as a party. Your party is legally married for the AC benefits. So long as you guys are within 30 feet of each other, you have +2 to AC, and it works until you are widowed, or until after 7 days.
Oh my
So
god.
everybody, every week your cleric casts Ceremony on you, marries your entire party,
Yeah, we
and
got
then
divorced. We're married again. We're on again, off again. It's okay.
and then what happens is then you, at the end of those 7 days, you kill the Zealot Barbarian, resurrect them, so you are technically widowed, and you are able to gain the benefits of that spell again. You are getting married for AC benefits.
I love it.
That is hilarious.
Ceremony is
God of
fun to
Oaths
explore.
sends people to beat you up.
Oh shit. Oh. That's pretty good. I don't. It's a lot of work for 2 extra AC.
Yeah, but 2 extra AC can be pretty damn good. I would do a lot of things for 2 extra AC.
I'd probably say it's good at lower levels when AC matters more, but when you get to higher levels,
Yeah, that's fair.
and,
That's
like,
fair.
monsters have like +17 to hit, suddenly AC
Yeah, but,
stops
like-
mattering as much.
If you're level 5, it's not the worst thing in the world.
It's not the worst thing in the world if you're low level. If it's high level, then it's
I just like the freedom of not having to think about it. The DM's like, does a X hit? Yes. My AC's 12. Go nuts.
and you just quoted me a number in the 40s.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother shield. I'm just gonna hope that you cast a spell and I can counterspell it. But besides the fact that Norse mythology is almost impossible to follow accurately because fucking Christianity fucked it up.
Yeah.
But
In a couple of ways.
it really did.
Do you know that we don't even know if Loki was originally part of the original source material of Norse mythology?
Yeah, dude, it gets even better. This is my current fixation that's directly relevant to our plot. The sun and the moon are both implied to have existed at the dawn of time when the fires of Muspelheim and the ice of Nephilim met. The sparks from the fire became Sol, and the ice became Mani, and that became the sun and the moon. There's also, in the same exact Norse mythology, the sun and the moon were made the sun and the moon from two normal mortal children who were named after the sun and the moon, and the gods thought that was arrogant. So they have two origin stories in the same mythology.
That's just the sun and the moon. Where do people come from?
Oh, you want to get into really pisses me off. So Uri was the first god who was licked from salt or ice, depending. And both of those have drastically different connotations. And then there was the Ymir that became the planet. He was the first giant. And then from Buri came Bor, and from Bor married a giantess called Bestla and had Odin and Odin's brothers. However, Bestla comes out of nowhere, and Bestla has a father and a family and a lineage. So there's two people in the world, and then there's a third person, and he marries a fourth person, and all of a sudden there's thousands.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Well, most of it is the records were destroyed, and they tried to smash together about 4 different countries' ideology into the same.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
And
why-
Snorri
And then when
Sturluson didn't
Snorri
do.
Sturluson translated the Havamal, they couldn't quite grasp the idea of such a drastically different setup of religion, which is why we typically think of Loki as the bad guy, because it didn't make sense that there wasn't a devil figure.
He's not a bad guy.
There was a lot of actual
He's a
bad
trickster.
guys, though. Like,
Yeah, there are some bad guys, but Loki isn't one of them.
no.
He's just an asshole sometimes. Who isn't? I mean, Odin's an asshole at times too, I'm sure.
Yeah, but Loki's the type of asshole that's like, guys, I fucked up and did this thing. And they're like, LOL, that was pretty funny, Loki. Now go clean up your mess. That was pretty much how it always went.
Like, Loki, I'm bored.
Did Loki do it? Yes. Make Loki fix it. Did Loki do it? No.
Make
Make
Loki
him fix
fix
it anyway.
This
Pretty much.
is what happens when you're the trickster.
But no,
Yeah, I
it's
spent
actually,
10 years in that religion. A lot of the stories can be summed up simply as, God damn it, Loki.
Fix it. Oh, he didn't do it. Fix it anyway.
like
And then
Archie-
occasionally he comes and has a poetic roast.
yeah,
And-
pretty much.
Why is Mjolnir such a short hammer? God damn it, Loki.
Yeah, Thor. Now you have to go cross-dress up, marry someone to get your hammer back.
God.
I'd love to see that
Norfolk.
in the MCU.
Yeah, the actual
Man.
full plot that
Hey,
we're
hey,
dealing
we
with
can see that in the MCU fanfic.
is true. Or the MCU if you wait a little bit, probably.
Give it a couple of years. I think we'll get there.
The actual plot that we're dealing with that's slightly modified is we are dealing with a version of Scotty that is not happy about her marriage deal that she gets with the gods.
Mm.
Is kind of what we're dealing with in slight different ways, but it's kind of neat. But anyways, that was a long segue in talking about Norse stuff, but it's pretty fascinating. I don't know.
I just love mythology. Period.
I do
think
too. It's just that type
I
of
wanna-
thing.
what people made up to make sense of the world.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things that you can go on like a solid 6-hour rabbit hole dive on and just
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
come out. the
Yeah,
other
I really
side
like
and-
Jackson Crawford, and I basically am like trying to pick up all of his translations of various sagas and stuff he's done, and then I also have like a couple books on Greek mythology. I'm just waiting to read.
What are you waiting on?
Did you just go full jester there?
What?
I didn't intend to, but I kind of went a little Eastern European. But anywho, as you all wake with the morning light, you're aboard the Florence. You all immediately are aware through the subtle shift and unease that you feel in the pit of your stomach that you all are moving as you guys awake the next morning. But as you all kind of make your way out onto the deck, you find it's a lively scene with folks running to and fro. They've got the sea mast out, and they have both of the side masts as well as the jigs all extended, and you are making your way over open ocean right now. Tulise is at the helm, and there right now isn't anything in sight. What's up this morning? Anybody up to anything?
Nursing a hangover.
Enjoying some much welcomed sleeping in.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'd honestly probably be trying to take a crack at closing out that spell that I've been working on.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
I think Hunter just has his feet kicked up, enjoying the breeze, and is just whittling.
Tome, roll me an Arcana check.
All right. Yo, that is a 23.
23. You have perfected the incantation. You have figured out the somatic components that work for it, as well as the verbals that are needed to make the spell react as you would like. However, as you have completed the spell, you realize that you are going to need something material to focus it through. And I believe, roll me an intelligence check.
Sure.
Straight up intelligence. Ball.
It was kind of cocked on my screen, but that's it's a 6.
Importantly, sir, it is a natural 6.
Yes.
With a natural 1 right now, you're not quite sure what the proper focusing material would be. If something doesn't catch your eye, give it another shot tonight and see what happens.
Sure. I mean, the only valuable component I have on me is that skull.
It'd be crazy if it'd be like, that one skull you got. Hey, that's the material component.
But yeah, no, I'll reroll later.
Okay, sweet. I will make a note of that, and we will...
Cool, but the spell itself is almost done. Nice.
What are you calling it?
I'm gonna have to think on that. I'll have an answer for next week.
Okay.
No, the week after next week, rather.
Yeah.
I'll have 2 weeks to think about it. But then after
keep
that,
messing around.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
you
go
do
ahead.
first. I didn't have anything. You do first.
I was gonna say I'm gonna keep messing around with Gravaris. I want to go towards one of the large chunks that is holding the ship up.
Ooh,
and try throwing something at it so that it like bounces up back at me. Because if if you threw something at it and it got close to it, its gravity would reverse, right? Or would it just make it like orbit around it?
Good question. Let me pull up my notes on skyship flight behavior.
Yeah, I guess I'll try and see what happens.
I put a lot of thought into yes. So if you toss something at it, especially with your practice from last night with your little juggling game, you're kind of getting the idea to it that with as you would like throw it in the air from your hand, it kind of wants to hang in the air for just a moment before sinking down slowly, kind of like a balloon that's losing its helium.
Does it seem like something you could use to like make a shield against projectiles?
Interesting. So I don't know the answer. Let's walk through this. So the when you're throwing it up in the air in your room, practicing with juggling, tossing it up in the air, it kind of just lists down very, very slowly. But when you if you would like give it a little bit of a cantrip's worth of energy, the stone would essentially, the second it left your fingertips, it would hold in position right there. And with a cantrip behind it, it would be enough that like you could overpower it like you were overpowering a mage hand's 10-pound force, but it does want to hold there. And similarly, you kind of guys would all know that it's gravitationally inert at rest without magical charge. So it kind of, that's why the ship can just sit there overnight, is with all their sails tucked in, it basically just drifts. It can be raised by adding in spell energy, and it can be lowered by adding in spell energy with a different intent. So roll me an Arcana check, Bailey. I'm getting an idea in my head.
A 21.
Yo.
Hell yeah. It would probably take some testing and trial and error. Mostly because you're not sure about the range that would be like the area of effect that it would create. You're not 100% sure on. But you kind of get the idea that maybe that might work. You might be able to finagle that with like maybe if you used a reaction at the right moment.
Yeah, or I might talk to Florence about trying to use the ones powering the ship to also shield the ship.
Interesting. When she is up talking to Talise at the helm this morning, so if you wanted to, you could absolutely go talk to her.
Yeah.
Now you see there, as you walk up there on the small raised plinth that the helm sits on, there's a kind of a wraparound countertop that has a compass and a lantern inside of it in a glass case. And some charts and things up on top of it. And they're talking, and they see you walk up, and Talise, the elven woman, she just kind of nods, and Florence turns around. Oh, Maybe. Glad to see you this morning. How are you?
Hey, I'm all right. Good morning. I was throwing the remnants of my breakfast overboard and messing around with the Gravarus stuff.
Yeah,
Those big stones.
I'm not gonna lie, we did the same thing for like the first whole week that we had the ship. Like, just
Yeah, have you thought of, I don't know if it would affect your speed, but have you thought of using those to like repel projectiles or borders or that sort of thing? It seems like you could remove the let me do an intelligence to see if I know inertia.
Oh, I'm sure you know some form of it.
Yeah, I had basic science.
Oh yeah, you're good.
20.
You're
Yo,
good. You're on it this
she's
morning.
cooking.
So interesting. We haven't been shot at very much. Although theoretically, if someone were to, I suppose, be on the opposite end of one of the corners and fired into the area of effect of it, I believe that would work. Although the field itself does not project large enough to cover the entire ship. Although it would probably be quite difficult to control. I'm not, I don't know how the magic works. It's beyond me, but sudden altitude
vibes.
changes definitely require. What was that, Jilly? Sorry.
You said vibes.
Oh, fair. Altitude changes that are quite sudden require a fairly significant magical investment from Talise here. But the elven woman is like, although it might work if we were to we could expand the field with a sudden influx of energy, but we would then certainly go either up or down in elevation as well. We kind of it's a balancing act a little bit. We can't quite have everything about the skyship works on balance, principles of balance, nearest we can tell. So it's this is why the rear stones are in closer to the hull and the forward stones are slightly set aside. This is why we are a small ship, and this is why we are not aggressively rigged for the ocean, because we take such little wind motion to we have no drag in the air, so we are quite fast. But there are.
Where are we right now?
We are
flying all night, or did we stop?
Oh no, we stopped for the evening, as Miss Whitlock had instructed for us, and now we are presently setting course back for Whitethorn. It should take us about another hour or two, and you should see land showing up on the eastern horizon there. But we do have some things to keep in consideration when we're maneuvering the ship. It's very fast, but it is not the most nimble thing in tight quarters, or she's kind of hard to park. And whatever you do, we have to keep it from tipping, because if she capsizes one direction or the other, if she goes past a 90, everybody on board dies. essentially the easiest way to. And she kind of points out to one of the crystals and says, if you see the droplets of water that float around the stone, it's a chaotic churn all around it. If we were to capsize and suddenly, say for instance, the port crystals believed that now a hard left was down, but the starboard crystals believed that the ground was still down, it would evoke the ship into a chaotic churn that would result in an immediate rapid disassembly and likely a very painful fall for us.
Hmm.
So I find your proposition intriguing. However, I don't know that it would be quite outside of, as some of you may call a Hail Mary. I don't know that it would be very viable without extensive. She starts thinking, and she's like, it would be interesting if there was a secondary latticework that was isolated from the primary lift stones. And then you could have an entirely separate defensive ring almost. Interesting. It tricks you on little Vordsman. I will confer with my notes and see if this is something that can be looked into.
Seems like you're a bit vulnerable, despite the speed.
In some ways, Florence says, in some ways, only really from aerial attacks, which have really only really recently been a thing. We weren't really keenly aware that our friends to the north have a flying military arm. That was a fun flight from Port Umbra. Good Lord. I'm guessing you've heard or saw some of the damage we've taken around the ship. It's mostly minor, but...
How hard would that damage have been to spot?
Just a couple scrapes and tears on the sails, and a couple singe marks on the ship. And most of it y'all really didn't see, aside from a couple tears on the sails when they were talking about the bird.
It looks like you came out of it all right.
Oh, thank the heavens we had the Hammer of Hain on board. Lawrence is like, yeah. Honestly, with the way that this pirate situation's been playing out, I'm thinking that we might need to start this is boring business talk, but we're probably going to have to start putting Marines on our ships to protect our investments, as well as on the sky ship, because if we didn't have Falcon and his squire with us, which was by pure happenstance, Father needed him in Stellenforge, and we were the easiest way to get him there. But, well, in any event, we seem to have put some distance between us and the Griffins. They are not as fast as us.
Well, you're giving us a lift. I'm sure we can protect the ship as well.
Oh, well, hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Advantage to teaming up.
You're not wrong.
It always comes to that.
No, it almost always does.
I don't know if you heard him, lady, but the DM said it for a reason.
The DM says it's going to be combat.
Okay. Yes. So, what all has been happening in that city? We've been out of contact for so long when we wanted to give you all time to sleep last night, but just seems like we lost contact with you all outside of Windermere not a week ago, and next thing we know, all hell's breaking loose.
Ethan Thorne's been dead for a while, and there was some cult using his body to run the city while they tried to reanimate a giant turtle corpse underneath it. It's about as succinct as I can get it.
Wow.
Sounds crazy when you put it that way.
But yeah, you may want to...
It sounds crazy every way you put it.
Yeah.
We stopped a turtle and a cult.
If you plan on having interests in the city, you may want to invest in some sort of mining company before things settle out there.
I am not 100% sure what Father's plans are for... Everything was pretty simple a week ago. We ran our supplies down the Evermarch Road, and that was that. And now all of a sudden, everything got a lot bigger. And so, yeah, I don't know what our plans are for the future of Whitethorn, if we have any, but be awful interesting question. Melee, have you found anything else out about that thing we were working on?
You cut out for a second there. What was that?
I was wondering if you'd found anything else out about that thing we were working on.
Which thing?
Above the table, that thing with your family dying.
No, we've been caught up in trying to prevent this volcano from exploding.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
Well, I don't know what your day's looking like when we get back to the city. Hopefully it doesn't look like a giant fucking bird coming out of the sky to attack us, but if it does, it does. Fairly certain, though I'm not positive, that Adran International Couriers had a depot in the city. I don't know where or if it still exists. But if you're looking for anything on that, there's a possibility.
Wait, in Whitethorn?
Yes. The blue sky, because he's trying to be tactful. Because of the hard work of my father, we have a fairly strong monopoly on the Evermarch trade that goes down into Onstria. Therefore, your father's outfit, the Vickers, and several of the other smaller outfits diversified into some of the less officiated cities of the Regency and out into other locations. So there's a possibility that there are, not necessarily in Whitethorn, but in other locations, employees at the least. Maybe family, friends, maybe.
Well, now that we have this much more convenient way to travel,
At least for some time, yes. We can.
No, it sounds like a wonderful idea.
I was personally looking forward to blowing off some steam at Stellenforge, but this is more important. But we are happy to help.
Thank you.
Also, try and avoid using your stone for today, as we are going to likely be, I don't want to say likely and jinx us, but we're, until he says fucked if the bird comes down. So we're trying to conserve her energy as best we can in case we need to make a hasty escape or something. So try to reserve your stone for a pickup. We can't stay floating over the city. It's kind of a policy of ours, or it's being drafted into a policy, being completely honest. I lost my scribe a couple weeks back. Turns out he doesn't get seasick, but he does get airsick. Really annoying. And I haven't replaced him yet. And
Very unfortunate.
so in any event, we tend to avoid, if at all possible, flying over cities because they, it freaks people out. And panic is usually bad for business. And not for nothing, if you can fly,
I think Tome was trying to figure it out last time we were in India. I'm sure I have the energy for it. I don't know about the expertise.
Interesting. Talise, do you think that they could possibly help if necessary? And she says, there's definitely a trick to it, but I can talk you through it in a pinch. We might take you up on that if we need to. Plus, how many people say they can get to say they've flown one? Only 2 in the world.
Just walk it onto the deck.
That seemed fun.
What's this about flying what now?
You want to be the captain?
Do I?
I am.
Get a cool hat.
I am sure you do, my little friend, but you are not the captain of this ship.
I hate to interrupt. Mainly, I was hoping to get your opinion on something when you have a second.
Yeah, what's
By
up?
all means. I thought. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt your conversation. It seemed.
Lawrence is like, I think you wanted to interrupt.
Not on purpose, but I was actually. He opens up his spell book and actually hands it to you. I'm in the process of finishing a new spell, and I can't quite seem to figure out the material component. I was hoping you might be able to weigh in.
She'll do the Gaston reading a book. Book. And then Arcana.
Pictures.
I guess I don't know if I assume it's not a spell that I know.
Be wild if you did.
It'd be insane.
Arcana check or
Tome, I mean, you can kind of talk her through it.
Yeah, what am I looking at here?
Yes. So you're familiar with my ability to animate the remains of humanoid creatures and turn them into skeletons, yes?
Yeah.
Real quick pause, and I just want to say to the party, I did this before I made him a robot.
But yes, so I've been thinking about this and whether or not that animation process could be applied to non-humanoid creatures such as beasts, monstrosities, apparitions and the like. Do you see where I'm going with this?
Oh, I was muted there. Yeah, I guess those things usually got like spirits and stuff, right? Or what do you need to reanimate people?
Well, technically, how my reanimation process functions is I don't make use of the soul of the individual I am animating. It's more that I take a modicum of my own power and incorporate it into the creature, and through a randomized algorithm, I determine its personality and the like, and then it is created.
AI generated people.
We kind of get the opposite approach there, but I mean, if that's the way you do it, I don't see why it wouldn't work, right? It's just a pile of bones and muscle and flesh.
Yes,
and
but to animate
other things sometimes, I guess.
Yes, to animate a more complex creature than a humanoid, it takes a bit more magical energy, but I almost have it down. The formula is correct. The incantations are all in place. It's just missing the material aspect, the focusing device.
Just had a thought popped into my head too about how the hell does a skeleton bird flap its wings?
Magically.
You don't think about it exactly. Magically.
So, what?
On the inside, don't think about it.
It's not working, guys.
I'm generating lift. Oh.
But what were your thoughts on this?
Something related to the thing you're trying to reanimate? Like
yes,
that's what I would use, at least, like a piece of it or something it owned, or something that
perhaps
it will respond to.
Perhaps it might be a particularly valuable object. It's almost there. I just can't seem to.
What do you use for your other stuff?
Well, for the animation process, I have to use I don't have blood of my own, so I have to use the blood of the target, or a single drop of blood, and from any source will do. And that is
why do you
animate it?
Why do you need blood if it can come from something else? That doesn't.
It really doesn't
make sense. Is it like what it represents?
A lot of dark I'm here now too.
Oh,
I don't mean to scare you. I just kind of I'm sorry I keep doing this. From what I understand, a lot of
used to it
magic requires process. A lot of magic requires process of some kind, and you can do many things to pay for it, from not only just paying it with magical energy, but sometimes you need a little bit of something else to fuel it as well.
It's just not there.
Well, you'll find it eventually. I know you will.
Yes, it's just. I hope it's soon, because, well, if those Griffin Riders attack, I'll at least have something to practice on.
We'll do what we always do. You'll cast spells. Cal will punch the shit out of them. I'll shoot them. That's what we always do.
Indeed. Maybe while I would like to animate that giant bird, I don't think it's feasible. The amount of magical energy needed to sustain a creature of such size would be quite costly, I would imagine.
Possibly.
Besides, it's not. I choose to be positive and assume that we are going to have no further interaction with that giant flaming bird.
I wouldn't be too I wouldn't hold out hope for that.
Yeah, just don't use up all your spell slots in the morning.
But,
No tiring ourselves out training.
we can fire down on them. We're powerful.
My children are plenty tiring. They've already gotten bored of the playing cards I gave them.
You gave playing cards skeletons, and they didn't kill each other immediately?
No. When they are not in the throes of combat, my children are very moderately well. They behave well when I tell them to. When they're unsupervised, it gets...
Do you tell your skeletons to not behave well?
Well...
I'm just saying, I don't think that's a good thing. I know nothing about good parenting because my parents were, well, I can only hope they're dead now, which they most likely are, but still.
I believe the phrase my mother would use, figuring it out as I go.
Well,
that was her policy with mine and Tank's parenting. However, this is the same woman who tried to consume 2 bottles of wine at the same time and succeeded.
How do you consume 2 bottles of wine at the same time?
You would have to ask her, but...
Put them into one giant bottle of wine?
You got 2 hands, don't you?
Some people don't.
That is indeed true.
I also really need to point out, Tome, it's super important. If you gave playing cards to the skeletons down in the cargo hold, Hemingway has lost his jacket in a bet with one of the...
No! Damn it! You poor fucker! Damn it!
No!
I have to write that down now. I'm gonna get down.
This is just like real life Hemingway.
Oh yeah, I looked up the names of them and I'm like, which one is the most likely to?
Also, lots of cats.
I'll have to look into that. Pie it back.
I think Hemingway is also the most likely of them all to be involved in a plane crash, so that's not great for you guys.
Oh yeah, it's not great for right now.
What?
Most likely to... I mean, Hemingway also quite literally... Look up the life of... Hey, audience, look up the life of Hemingway if you get a chance. It's insane.
Yeah.
He was investigated by the CIA because he was working with the KGB for most of World War II, if I remember right.
What?
That's crazy. It'd be a lot less crazy if the freaking mayor of that town in South California wasn't just, like, convicted of being a Chinese agent.
Wait.
Oh, I heard about that.
What? I haven't.
It was like San Diego area. This mayor ended up just taking a plea deal to being a Chinese agent for, like, a long time.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy what you said.
Yeah. Remember back in the day when we did this? That's nuts. Anyway.
Hell yeah. Sweet. It is about... Let me roll and figure out what time.
Also, I was while I was whittling earlier, I made a little tressum and I gave it to Virgil.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You wanna roll me roll me something with advantage to carve it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I will.
You mean woodcarver's tools?
I'll make you a deal. I will let you roll performance with advantage or just a straight dexterity check.
I'll take performance with advantage.
Okay. More dice is more better.
Dirty 20.
It's a damn good trust.
Well, because I was thinking about it mathematically, advantage is basically just a +5, and so it would either be I would have got a +6 or a +4, and I like my chances +4 better. +6 better.
Hell yeah. You can tell me all day long that the numbers number better that way, but like the way my brain works, it's like 2 math rocks better than 1 math rock. Unless it's disadvantaged, then it's way worse.
I just hold it up to Quill, who's on my shoulder, like, look, it's you.
Quill tries to knock it off of a table.
Quill, Arthur made that just for you. Don't be impolite.
Be nice.
So hold on. I'm not mad, just disappointed, as always.
God.
If you could read Quill's mind, Quill's mad and disappointed that you locked him down in the volcano. You don't seem like the type of person who knows what a cat grudge can be like, Tome. They're bad.
Well, considering the fact
what
that
can be like?
Grudge.
Oh yeah.
Considering the fact that both of us are effectively that don't really have a lifespan, yeah, it's gonna be around for a long time. It's gonna be like 800 years from now, and it's like I still remember what you did. It's like, bro.
It's been 800 years.
It's been 8 centuries, man. Almost an eon, and you're still on me about that. What the hell?
How long is an eon? It's been almost
1,000 years.
Is an eon
10,000 years?
1,000? Or is it 10? I can't remember.
Well, you're the teacher. Which is which?
It's like I don't teach that.
Oh well.
Is it?
I don't teach history. I teach English.
Is it a fixed number?
I have no idea. I think a millennia is 1,000 years.
Millennia. Okay.
Yeah, millennium is 1,000 years.
In geology,
Eon is
there you go. Will.
Eon is a span of a million years.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So.
No
a
shit.
millennia.
Or potentially higher
It's almost
than
been a
that.
millennia. Yeah.
Yeah. Million to billion years is an eon.
Oh, okay. The
So
more you know.
let me help you out with this. What are those? So there are eras, eons.
Sure.
Neo-Archaean, Meso-Archaean, Paleo-Archaean, Eo-Archaean, Hadean.
Oh, so they're like specific named.
Like chunks, kind of like, I guess, similar to, so an eon is a subgroup. So an era is like the Paleolithic era or the Cretaceous period, or like, so, and an eon is so you could call dinosaurs an eon, if that makes sense, because that was, I guess, is kind of how that works.
Cool.
Physicists or geologists or animal people or old people, scientists or whatever. If you're a scientist, hit us up and correct us in the comments.
If you know about these things, please tell us if we're wrong.
Yeah. And then we will
Just
probably
relying
call
on
you
the
a nerd. Freaking nerds.
As
Anyway.
you are relying on the internet and flying on the waves of nothing but air on board the Florence, making your way towards Whitethorn, you guys make your way till about 9-10 o'clock in the morning time. It is a lovely, hazy, cloudy day out over the Insolvent Sea. As off in the distance, you can just make out the peak of Whitethorn coming into view. Still quite a ways off, maybe half an hour or so. But as you are making your way, anyone that is near the aft castle will hear a almost vibrating, pulsing noise, kind of like a vroom, 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 vroom. And sitting mounted to that wooden desk that holds the compass and the lantern is a large green stone that looks very similar to your sending stone, Melee. And Florence walks over to it and places a hand on it. And her eyes go wide, and she immediately turns to Talise and says, we need to get on the water now. Now. And she says, okay, if it is this much of an emergency, Tome, Melee, can you come here? I would require a tiny bit of assistance.
What's going on?
Sorry, what's up?
Could you please come to the helm? I need your assistance right now.
Me?
Yeah, and Melee as well, please. And thank you.
Okay. Sure. Right. What's happening?
I need some spell energy, at least a second percentile, to descend the ship rapidly. We have to get on the waterline immediately, Miss Florence says.
Okay. I'll burn a second level spell slot.
Okay.
As you both do and add your energy into the helm, you see the crystals around all four corners flare. Tulise is hands on the wheel, one hand on a bronzed portion of the wheel, the other on a spoke, as her eyes kind of go a shimmery blue as she kind of goes quiet for just a moment. And you feel the magic being drawn out of you guys. And you can almost hear her thoughts in your head as she echoes commands around the ship. Aft quarters light. Throwing a little in. Okay. Down, down, down. It's set. Okay. And then you guys are lurching out of the air with speed, almost as if you're falling, with that much speed as the ship drops
and that
down.
is how Calandra's going to wake
Can I
up.
roll an insight check to see what's happening here?
Yeah, roll an insight check. Calandra, roll a dexterity check.
That is a negative.
Sorry.
What was yours, Will? I'm sorry.
That was a 19.
19. And Cal, what did you get?
A dex,
Yeah.
check or a save or what?
Just a check. I want to see how monkey you get out of bed.
12.
You're perfectly average. Arthur, looking around, you see a lot of freaked out faces that are not sure what's going on. You see Florence's face is the most freaked out. She kind of knows what's going on, hasn't said it yet. The moment the ship lurches down and you can start feeling spray of the ocean kick up around you all, it's cold spray. Florence turns to Tulise and the rest of you all and says, we had to get on the ground. I'm sorry. A very brief message. I don't know what is going on. But you're all glad that you're here. I think there is a rather large dragon apparently attacking the island of Tanis right now, where the take is being held this morning.
What?
How quick can we get over there?
It is quite some ways. I don't know that we are in any shape or form to do anything about this. We're gonna we're still making our way to Whitethorn. We're gonna drop you guys off if that's cool, and maybe just hide in the woods until you're ready to leave, and hopefully that problem is dealt with.
What caused?
Is
Okay.
What-
Is this a
what-
dragon that's known?
We don't really know. I received a very short message from one of my friends that is participating at the meeting. The same one that we were speaking with to jig up Athan and his disguise. She points to you, Tome. I believe you are the one with the clever idea. So I don't have a clue. Thankfully, I believe there are competent individuals amongst them that can maybe, hopefully, at least drive this beast off. I don't know. Everyone there is I'm not sure. Tulise, if you have energy when we get, I don't know if there's a dragon coming after us. I don't know. Okay. Fuck. Cal, as you get out of bed, you hear Nalani say "ow" really hard as she hits the ground. I'm guessing she rolled out of bed and did not land well. Okay.
She'll get out and be like, "You okay?"
She's probably good. And above the table, for those of you watching at home, stay tuned next week. We're going to do a Heck Raisers reunion that might have something to do with what I just talked about. So, spoiler alert. But in any event, the ship tears off towards Whitethorn, low along the waterline. As Tulise and Florence are conferring on the helm, somewhat privately. They're not necessarily dismissive of you, but they do seem to be having a private conversation, and you guys get the idea that they are not comfortable taking the Florence to engage a dragon. And they are continuing with the original plan of taking you all back to Whitethorn for the time being. She's issues commands to a few sailors, and you see Falcon was sitting back from that conversation, but he had departed and returns back up on deck 5 or 10 minutes later, fully armed and armored. With a rather not so stocky dwarven young man at his side, wearing kind of a leather brigandine top and holding a spear at his side. Good morning to the lot of you. This is my squire, Dermot Mercator. Hopefully you won't get to see him in action today. He looks over at you, Arthur, because you're, in his mind, the most martially capable person here, and he says, "You believe this shit? The fucking dragon?"
I mean, I can't always imagine a random dragon attack coming out of nowhere, but we're armed. We have everything we need, so in case anything does happen, we are safe in case of it.
Oh, fuck, damn. 30 years ago, you asked me about a dragon, and I'd say it's a stupid children's story. Now we're trading with them and possibly being attacked by some of them. I don't know.
It is what it is.
I cannot tell if you are the odder one or if the robot's the odder one.
Usually knowing it, I'm the odder one.
Well, you look like you could swing a sword.
I can.
Well, if it comes down to it, I'll be glad
if
to
you're
have
looking
you.
if you're looking for hiring, I have a job already, and it probably pays more than whatever you could offer me.
I wouldn't be so sure. The Blue Sky takes good care of us.
Try adventuring for a change. You earn 10 times more danger, but you make 10 times as much money.
Well, I can't deny that. I did a little adventuring back in my youth as well. Now I just beat up idiots and try to rob our caravans. Occasionally, every once in a while, I get to swing at another guard. Yeah, it kind of like looks sad for just a second, a little like reflective and whatnot. But then he's like, I don't fucking miss it one bit. I like getting to enjoy the finer things in life now. I took care of the blue sky, and now the blue sky takes care of me. And he just kind of stands there, stretches, pops his back a little bit. Roll me an insight check, Arthur.
$29.
Holy shit. So you get the feeling that this dude's kind of just posted up next to you, not moving. He's kind of intentionally trying to make you uncomfortable a little bit just to see what happens, is kind of what you pick up off of him.
Can I roll intimidation on him?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm roll. I got a 17. Hunter just nightmare shadow self just slowly turns his head to look at him as well.
That's fucking awesome. Give me... He kind of crinks his neck and he's like, I think you might be the weirder one. No offense.
You have no idea.
So,
And then just a cloud passes over and he just vanishes.
Fuck yeah. I can't tell who it's actually probably, honestly, in reality, got to be worse for. Everyone else or Arthur. I feel like it probably has to suck the most for Arthur.
Probably like, I mean, physically he cannot be seen by anyone in the darkness.
I just gotta feel like that would be annoying after a while. I'd be like, this is the fourth time
Absolutely,
this week my friends have
it would
lost me. Not my fault, I'm not paying attention. But another half hour or so, and the ship makes it in to Whitethorn. And actually, as you all get approaching the actual Whitethorn itself, this massive, narrow, needle-like peak that sits maybe 100 feet offshore from the volcano itself and the mountain, rising like a needle, right around as you pass the island or mountain or whatever you want to call it. Talise starts to lower the Florence down into the water a bit more. And as she does this, as you all have seen once before, the water begins to swirl. Massive rain curtains almost swirling around each of the stones as they are caught in the orbit. As it seems now that they're only doing a job of offering a supplemental lift to keep the water line above, as the ship is very small but quite heavy. And as you guys are making your way in, you also notice that here on this Whitethorn, it is carved out and has been hollowed out, and you can see windows cut into the sides of it. And I think Adran would have remembered the dewdrops talking about the Whitethorn being where they held their prisoners. And indeed, I had not planned on this whatsoever, but it fits perfectly. So as you guys are Pirates of the Caribbean into port here at Whitethorn, you do notice several hanging bodies atop the highest peaks of that spike. And they are not intact, as there are gouge marks and the like in the side of the mountain up at the very, very tippy top, where you can imagine a hungry bird pecking away as it woke from its nest on the backside of the mountain. Sarah Lynn Varel was not very nice with the prisoners of Whitethorn. You guys get that idea as you float into salt pans over here, and the ship docks at an open berth. And Florence whispers into Talisa's ear, and she whispers back, and Florence says, okay, there are 2 ships here that are not us, and those ships are not being attacked by a giant bird. We feel relatively safe remaining at port here for the time being. So maybe we don't have to fly off into the woods. I think this would work. Falcon can protect the ship while you all take care of what you need to take care of. Hopefully quickly would be ideal, but
we'll do our best.
Yeah.
She looks a little flustered and confused. She's not really sure what business you guys super have left to attend to, so she's just trying to be as nice as possible as a couple of the crew extends a gangplank down off to the side of the city. And as we all land on solid ground once more here in the city of Whitethorn, I think that's probably a decent place to end for the night. And we'll pick up there in probably 3 weeks' time for you guys at home, because we are having our Heck Raisers reunion next week, and we are then taking the following week. Well, no, I don't know. How about this? Keep telling stories because we love them, and we know you do too. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, y'all.
Da, 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 da. Tommy.